we're now at the step where we're actually going to build our wooden puzzle cube. Okay, so this is something you'll get to take home, so you want to do a really nice job with it. So what I want to do here is I'm going to start with one of these pieces and grab the appropriate blocks, the amount that I need in order to make this. Now keep in mind, you might not be able to find the correct color for the blocks that you have, so you'll just have to choose a color and go with it. So I'm going to start with this one, my yellow piece, and you can see that my yellow piece is made of 4 blocks on the bottom and 1 block sticking up here. Okay. If we look closely at our cube pieces, we can see that there's different patterns to it. So we have something here that's called end grain, and if you feel it, it's usually a little bit rougher. Then we have edge grain and face grain on this. So it's going to be important for us to see that because we want to make sure that the end grains go against the end grains and the face grains go against the face grains, that type of stuff, in order to make sure this thing works the best. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my parts so that I can see all of my face grain, no end grain, like this. Okay, and I'm going to put that piece like that. Good. So I can see that my end grain, the rough side, is to the side. Here's end grain, here's end grain. And what I'm going to do is use an Elmer's glue stick in order to temporarily attach this. So I'll put a little bit of glue here. You don't want to put too much. We'll glue the block together. What's nice about this is it should hold just enough. So I have to squeeze and hold that for a little bit. It'll hold just enough that if we make a mistake, we can actually still break it apart. Okay, so I've got that piece held. Now I need to get this glued to that. So I'm going to put some Elmer's glue on my end grain. Okay. Again, I'm going to press and hold. And when I do this, I'm doing the best effort that I can to keep everything nice and flush here. Okay? So nice and flush, making sure that it's good to go. All right. And again, this is going to be our temporary glue just to kind of double check everything. And then once everything's good to go, it's exactly where we want it to be, we're going to use another glue that we can put on top of it to hold it in place. Okay, so I've got part of it. Now what I need to do is put my other blocks here on the side. Again, watching my end grains. Squeezing and holding it for a couple of seconds. Hopefully should hold that in place. And it might fall apart. It's not the strongest glue. Keep in mind, it's just a glue stick. So I'm holding in place. A little bit of glue here. I can even put a little bit of glue on this side here, so I have 2 surfaces to attach it to. Keeping my end grain that way. Squeezing this. Hopefully holding it in place. You can use the tabletop to help keep it nice and flush too, in order to make sure it's correct. Alright, so very gently I can hold this and see that that piece looks pretty good. And what I want to do is be able to create all of my pieces like this, or my parts, so that I can put my puzzle together and temporarily fit it. Once I know that everything is perfect and all my parts are made, what we'll end up doing is using some super glue just to put a couple drops on there, and that'll help to hold everything in place.